The Stars lose Roope Hintz to an injury as well as the game. We're going to talk about all about what we know about that and the game. But before we do, hat tip to you, TikTok, especially TikTok Finland. Y'all blew my mind. Anyway, let's get into it. So, with the goalie pulled, Roope Hintz takes a blast of a shot from Miro. It looked like it hit him in either the foot or the knee, and it did not look good. He had to be helped off of the ice by both Jamie Benn and someone else and was not putting any weight on it whatsoever. It goes from horrible to even worse as with Roope on the ground, they score on us going the other direction. Then after that, they would score yet another empty net goal to rub the salt in the wounds. We have no injury updates as of yet from Gully or the Stars on the status of Hintz's injury, so fingers crossed for him. So with all of that, the Stars' road game winning streak, or point streak rather, comes to an end at 14. We had an 11-game point streak overall that came to an end. This Minnesota team largely shut us down throughout the game. I told you before the game that this team had an awesome defense. I looked at it on paper. Their top six is just studly looking. Their goaltending tandem is elite. And they did what they did best, which was to just stop up the middle of the ice and plug it up in net. And we just didn't get anything going, especially at even strength. And our problems at even strength have started not really in this game, but a couple games prior against Pittsburgh, where we were able to barely pull it off with the goalie pulled towards the end of the game there. That was a game where we got outshot. Then we got outshot again when we played Winnipeg the other night pretty handedly, and even more handedly tonight where we got outshot 32-18. And when you get outshot like that, the math is not good in hockey. So special teams and goaltending have been what has been booing us up the last couple games here. Our even strength has not been good. Harley had an awful night, -3. He was on the ice for one of the goals where he just got beaten, ended up in the back of our net, then another where he was out of position. And I got to tell you, I've said before, he's looked really not so good in the D zone this whole year. I know he's dealing with an injury that's nagging, and hopefully that's all that it is, and he returns to his form that we saw in the playoffs last year, because it scares me when he is on the ice right now, to be honest. And Ben looked invisible on the game. We had a rough game from Capobianco, who had sort of a blooper reel type of game. Duchesne still does not look like himself. He's dealing with post-concussion syndrome from a vestibular concussion, and that can be a very tricky ordeal. Hopefully this isn't something that is lingering long-term for him, but he is a shell of the player that we have grown to watch, and hopefully he can return to form as soon as possible. We had Lundqvist out sick, so Kolyachonok came back in. He played very well. And despite all of that, we almost won this game because we had a goal that was called back. Beautiful goal, by the way, by Wyatt. And if that goes a different way, we're up 3-1. Instead, they come back and tie it 2-2 on the heels of the no-goal call. So you really can't give this Dallas team much, even when you outshoot the hell out of them. They can still stick it to you. Otter was not the problem tonight. He posted a .900 and really kept us in, especially early in the game. The Stars go 1-for-1 on the power play, continuing that success. They only got one shot at the power play, and they made the most of it. They could have used a couple more of those. Minnesota did good not to give us that opportunity. And the Stars get their first PK shorthanded goal of the year. Gulletson was saying in the post-conference that with their struggles on the PK in the beginning of the year, they really weren't trying to score, and they were just trying to focus on stopping the puck up. And They have done that. Our penalty kill streak continues to 10 perfect games, 34 kills in a row. Just incredible. Our goaltending has been a big part of that. Otter was back in his hometown there, which was good to see. And the Dallas, we did some good things as well. I mean, we were +6 in the right direction in terms of the turnover count. Heiskanen, 1 goal, 1 assist, had the shorty, looked great all over the ice. Heiskanen is now 7 goals, 22 assists in 29 games played, or 32 games played, 29 points rather. Just incredible, almost a point a game pace. Norris candidate type of material out of him. And Robo keeps scoring. He's got 20 on the year. He's 3rd in the NHL in goals. Speaking of goals, Crosby is 5th at his age with 18. And Tom Wilson, of all people, man, I love Tom Wilson, is 6th. The Goon is 6th in goals. What a guy who can do it all. I wish we had a little Tom Wilson action here in Dallas. So Robo also has 20 assists, so he's got 40 points in 32 games, tied for 5th in NHL scoring. That boy is going to be expensive. I can tell you that right now. Foxa was awesome on the night, doing all the little Foxa things. Face-off win after face-off win. Steals. Kolyachonok had a great play where he laid down and stuck the stick out to break up a cross-ice pass that the guy would have had a fairly open net. I thought Petrovic also had a very good game. So from the go, though, the Minnesota Wild jumped on us, and we only had our first shot into the game after 9 minutes, and that is rough. Despite that, we get the first goal on the power play from Robertson. Robertson takes it out of the corner to Heiskanen at the point, who skates the line backwards and puts it back to Robo where he used to be. So Robo skates it to the top of the left circle and wrists it. It gets deflected off of Brock Faber and in. His success continues. Dallas has their first shot of the game end up in the back of the net. And that had to hurt Minnesota. They still got through it anyway. Steele is stopped in close on a snap one-timer. Steele just cannot... Man, I love Steele, but he cannot put the puck in the net. And we see more of his struggles right now. He just cannot buy a goal. Then Minnesota would tie it at 1. Eriksson Ek on this one. Boldy beats Harley in the neutral zone and gets behind him, skates it into the zone, puts it on net, and Eriksson Ek jams the rebound in behind in the crease. Petrovic couldn't take him out of the play or tie him up with his stick, and you're tied 1-1. We have a late push of chances by Minnesota, and really they had the better first period here handedly. Chances in the last seconds of the period for Minnesota through traffic and in tight, and Otter closes it down. In the second period, we actually had a penalty to kill off of the go that started in the period before. And anyway, we get through it. Capobianco has a blast of a one-timer that hits the bar 92 miles an hour. And then Duchesne would take a kind of a BS penalty for high sticking, a dive call. God, I hate that stuff, but we see it more and more where they do this delayed head snap when the stick didn't even hit him. And anyway, Otter with some nice stops on the PK on that. He had a stop on Tarasenko. Practical breakaway backhander. And Harley had missed his man on that and let Vlad get behind him. So halfway through the game, we're getting outshot 3-1, and that is no good. Hintz goes after 2 Minnesota players after the play. For some reason, I have no idea. That was awesome to see. Through a couple shoulder checks into both of them, gets an interference call, and good penalty kill for us. It's getting contentious at this point of the game. Dallas would get the goal here from Heiskanen on a shorthanded goal. We had an offensive zone faceoff won by Foxa, of course, and he goes back to Lindell, short pass to Heiskanen, one-timer and a goal. So Foxa wins another PK draw in the D zone, wins it, clears it, just the stuff that Foxa does night in, night out. Then we would get the goal that was called back, a beauty from Johnston. Too bad that was offsides. And this is where the wheels would start to come off for us. So they would get a goal from Bogosian here. Minnesota wins a faceoff in the O zone and gets it back to Boyum, who dishes it back to Bogo at the other point. Nasty one-timer, beat Otter clean over the shoulder. Maybe he went down a little bit too early in that butterfly, but it was a blast of a shot. 2:30 left in the period when that's scored. Those are momentum shifters, beginning of periods, end of periods. You don't want to let those in. Dallas is on their heels. Blackwell takes another penalty with 15 seconds left for holding, just trying to hold on. And we start the third period on the penalty kill. More strong work from Foxa. Capobianco and Eriksson Ek are going at it after the whistle, and it's starting to feel like a divisional game a little bit here. Rantanen tries that spin move again a little later, but no go on it. And I'll tell you, Bogosian is strong. He shoves over the Musaya, and that is not easy to do. Just along the boards there. He's a big old boy, is that Bogosian. Capo falls in the neutral zone a little later, and Yurov missed the gaping net on the 2-on-1 as a result of that one. Luckily for Coco Cabana, that did not end up in the back of our net, but later they would get another one to make it 3-2, this time Johansson. Minnesota wins the offensive zone faceoff. Bolte skates it down the left wall with Mikko trying to catch him. And he finds the seam to the interior with a nice saucer pass to Johansson with Harley out of position and not covering him. One-timer and a goal. So now we are down 3-2. We would never catch up. Miro would hit the post behind the net off of a feed from Rantanen. 5 minutes left. Minnesota defense is shutting it down. They look so good here. Goal for Minnesota on the empty net. This is where Heiskanen shoots and injures Hintz in the leg when he's in bumper position there, and the puck goes the other way, and Boldy scores. And then Johansson off of the post and in from the wild zone on a turning backhand from a very far distance to make it 5-2, and that would be it. So Minnesota is now 8 behind us instead of 12, so we do not clinch, unfortunately, in December here. We've got work to do. The Avs trounce Florida. We play them next, so we don't catch up on the Avs at all either. So will this pop our balloon, or do we bounce back? That is the question that will be answered against Florida. I look forward to coming to you with all of that later.